I look at hospice as not a retirement. I see it as a different kind of journey. It's from a mortal life to an eternal life.
The end of life is a mystery, and none of us know what happens after. There's a process to end of life, and they were able to explain it and make everyone comfortable with it.
It was the hardest thing I've ever had to do, but it was the most rewarding thing I've ever had to do.
We were afraid, we were unsure of what we were going to do, and our whole world was turned upside down. And then in came this band of angels, and they took us under their wings.
The philosophy of hospice is pretty simple because, what we do is we answer questions, we ease fears, and then we talk about dying, but then we get the dying question off the table. Once we get those questions answered, people find peace, and they certainly find hope, because there is a lot of hope, particularly of the resurrection. We provide them with the ability to spend precious time with family members and to just be at peace.
Sometimes families are nervous or hesitant to start the hospice program, but once we admit them to hospice and take over their care, usually they're very thankful and they're happy that they did join hospice and wish they would have started sooner.
Most people, when you ask them how they would want their life to end, they would say they want to die at home, surrounded by their loving family. And that's what our goal is. We want people to be in a place that's most comfortable for them, and we want them to be supported by both caregivers and family members. So what I will do is I will work with the nurses to coordinate medications. I will talk to the patient's primary doctors to make sure that we're treating them appropriately and trying to give the best care for symptom control, basically, at the end of life.
My grandmother passed away early. She was in her 60s, pancreatic cancer. And at that point, we'd never even heard of hospice. At least I hadn't, and apparently my family had. And it was just a wonderful experience. The end of life is scary and dramatic, and they help take the mystery out of it, that end of life, and answering questions, and is this normal? And my mom had a big family, but it was just nice to have that extra support. Everyone was just worried and scared at the same time, but to have someone come in and say, well, this is how it works.
When I think about the support that hospice provided for our family, it would be my mother, who passed away in October of 2014. Hospice took care of Mom at home, and they took care of Mom also at assisted living. You don't know when you should take Mom to the doctor or not. Well, when you got hospice, it's taken care of. You don't have to make the determination or the emotion within a family of one saying, I think she needs to go to the doctor, and the other one says, no. And hospice takes care of that. It can probably stop arguments within the family even, because it's all taken care of. When Stacy Herold first started coming out there, I thought, man, this is the greatest thing. This is great compared to what we've been going through.
My name is June, and I was born right here in the Swanville area, between Swanville and Long Prairie.
My name is Tracy, and I'm one of the grandchildren. But we decided that as a family, our big family, that we didn't want her to go to a nursing home, and so I offered for her to live here, and she accepted. So she moved in, and the hospice team comes out weekly as of right now. I suppose as her needs increase, they'll come out more often.
The nurse comes out, the massage lady comes out and does everything that has to be done, and I don't have to go into the doctors. This is a lot easier for me.
When Dr. Alcalde said you could go on hospice, I was relieved because I was with my primary doctor here in Little Falls, and after I was diagnosed, I kind of felt like I was hanging out there someplace, like who can I talk to and who might understand. And so that's where hospice took up the slack.
Jake was diagnosed with cancer in 2011, And well, like everybody else, it was like a kick in the stomach. But when it got to be where we needed hospice, they were a godsend. They gave me a lot of moral support. The chaplain came over, which was very nice, and prayed with us. Any health concerns I had, they were a phone call away. The last weekend of his life, the nurse, well, she sat down with my sister and I, and, she explained what was going to happen. And the morning he passed away, I went over by his bed, and it's like I saw something, and the only way I can explain it is I saw his soul come out of his body, and then it was like total peace. And I says, well, I think he's gone. And that ended our journey, but I still have the memories.
This is a letter we received from one family member. To the hospice team. It was your professional care, your respect, and your kindness that helped us through this difficult time. It was a heavy load lifted from us every time you walked through our door. That burden was lifted.
When my dad was diagnosed with terminal lung cancer a few years ago, we called CHI Health at Home and Hospice. They answered questions for us, and they provided help and support, and they prepared us for what was to be. They treated my dad with such dignity and respect that it just inspired me to want to be a part of their team. You don't have to have a medical background. All you have to do is care. All you have to want to do is help somebody, and that's what we as volunteers do. It's the most rewarding thing I've ever done, and I'm betting it would probably be the most rewarding thing you've ever done as well.
So throughout the history of our fundraising events in hospice, it comes to mind that we need to form an endowment fund because hospice needs are always going to be there. Insurances do not reimburse the special little things that can be so comforting to the family and make a patient more comfortable.
Hospice plays probably a very important role, just like from birth on, all the medical help we get throughout our lives. I believe that the process of looking towards end-of-life things, hospice can make life a lot easier for us. It can take away the pain.
It's a family-oriented program, the hospice program is, and so it's not only helping Grandma out, it's helping us out. It's saving us from having to do the running for her. It's saving her from having to get exhausted by going to doctor's appointments and to the pharmacy, and physical therapy used to come in, occupational therapy, just everything. It just saves on our minds and spirits. It'll help us all out.
I am really proud to be part of the team here, and what I really believe makes this team unique is we have a wonderful staff of caring professionals, many who have been with the agency since it started in 1994. And we're large enough that we can offer a lot of great services to our patients and family, but we're also small enough that people really get individualized care.
And it truly is a community and a family that makes up the hospice program and the success of it.
I don't think people really think about hospice. They don't want to think about hospice. They don't know the services hospice provides until they need it. And then when they call hospice, they're just so amazed and they're so grateful about the group of people that come in, and they help them along the way. They help them prepare for what's that final journey. They're there for them, and I truly don't think anyone should have to go through this alone. And when they call us, they don't have to.
We do a lot of praying around here.
It doesn't do any good to worry.
No.
You might as well enjoy life.
Well, since Jake has been gone, it has been hard. But my little Wanda, we go take our walks and just cuddle with her. It helps. And I know he's not in any pain anymore. And that's comforting. Of course, I would have liked another 20 years with him, but I have him in my heart. And he always says, well, when I'm gone, make sure you find someone to share your life with. And I says, No places here, tough act to follow.
CHI Health at Home.
A program of St. Gabriel's Hospital.
Hometown Health.
For 125 years.
Honoring you.